Welcome to Topaz Gigapixel. In this tutorial, we're going to walk through how you're going to import an image, use the enhancements, and export. Now, it's very easy. Once you've downloaded the image, you'll go ahead and drag and drop an image into the application. I've already done it here. And what I'd like to do is take this image and I want to make it larger. And so one of the ways that we can start by doing this is we can come to our right panel and you're going to find a bunch of settings. We're going to start with Upscale. And there's two ways you can make your image larger. You can choose a scale factor, clicking one of these options, maybe even typing in. Or if you're printing your image and you need specific dimensions, you can come here, click on what you need, and you can find different options for pixels, inches, and centimeters, and then the DPI or the PPI. This number indicates the size of the image once you decide you want your upscale. But in this case, I'm going to just go with the basic 4x upscale. I'll click on it. And what I've done is now brought the image into our preview and it's become larger, it's enhanced, and it's used the one that's kind of already there in the right-hand side. Now, to kind of get a little bit more nuanced, we'll go back to select a model. And if you're not sure among these core models which ones you want to use, you have the option to click on this lightning bolt, which is an auto setting that will recommend a model for you based on the input image. If you find that the image is not satisfactory, you can click on the Compare Tool button. And the Compare Tool button allows you to upscale an image using 4 of our different models at the same time, and you can review them side by side. So as you can see here, we've got a few different options. Now I know this image doesn't have text or shapes, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this. And I'm down to 3 more images or models. I know this image is not high fidelity in the sense that it's a high resolution, large file. So I'm going to come down and I have 2 more options, standard or low resolution. I can zoom in, see if there's anything else that I prefer, and I can click on them. And the beauty of the Compare tool is that it allows you to even compare within the same model. So perhaps I actually like standard over low resolution. I might click this one, change it to standard, and then I can compare my settings. Each of our core models have an additional model auto setting, which you can click here, and it allows the AI to choose settings for you. So between here and here, we can make tweaks, we can do additional settings, and just for the sake of time, we're going to go ahead and say, yeah, this works. So we've come back to our main preview, and you'll see there's different options to review your before and after. If you click on the eye, it shows you the original. If you click spacebar, it will also give you that same option. If you click on this slider view, it will show before and after, and then you can hover over this line, drag and drop to see how it looks. And then if you want a side-by-side comparison, you'll click the split view. And let's pick on a different face. And you'll see. Now, if you have images with faces that are low resolution and you want to bump up the detail, click on this face recovery option, use the toggle, and what the AI does here is it's going to allow the application to recognize the faces by a few details. We'll click on this button, select faces, and if you zoom out, the AI has already detected what faces are available. And the way it does this is it finds the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. If it's super confident, it will have a blue box. If the AI is not confident about the face, usually it's because the face is blocked or obscure. It'll show more of a gray box. You can click on this and you can apply an enhancement, or you can unclick and you get only the ones you want, and I'll apply the faces. And then I'm going to just zoom in for one face, and I see here I'm not happy about the results with the eyes. So we have a few options to maybe bump up the detail. You can choose a version, Gen 1 or Gen 2. I highly recommend sticking to Gen 2. This version It helps with the faces that are obscure or maybe side profile, and it can clean up the details. Now, a realistic or creative mode is 2 options, depends on the type of image you have. If you have a photo where the faces and the details are pretty obvious, you can tell what they are, stick to the realistic mode. If you had an image that was more obscure, maybe an older photograph where the details are really hard to tell, you can click on creative and the AI will make up face details for you. Now, the big caveat with this is that it may not be true to the original. So if that's the thing that is important to you, the fidelity of the face, stick to realistic. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to intensify the strength here. I'm going to bump this up to 60. I kind of like this. I might just stay here. Let's click on a different face. I think that looks great. Maybe I even tone it down just a little bit on the strength. And if I like that, I'm going to stick with it. And as I come back, here's my file list down below. This file list allows you to see everything that you've already done for an image, and this is great if you decide to go batch processing. You can see all of the work you've done. So we know the original size, the math of how the output is, the model that we've chosen, and then each of the settings that we have done. So if you hover over settings, it'll give you all the additional things that we've added. And if you feel good about this, you'll click export and you'll come to your export panel. Now, the export settings allows you to create a prefix or a suffix, and by default, our application already gives you a GP for suffix for gigapixel. Add applied filters to the file name will show you the model enhancements that you've chosen. So in this case, if we go here, we see standard, this is the model, the version, the upscale size, and this tells us we used face recovery. You can click the path of where you want to save it, the type of format, and the color space. And that's it. We'll simply click save, let this run and process. Once it's complete, you'll find the status of the changes to done, and if you click on the folder icon, it will lead you to the path of where you saved it. So that's it. Nice and easy. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.